Tarumbeta italia katika anga.
Like this. That is how the trumpet will sound.
Iko Nini. So jana kulikuwa na one of those headlines, and it's one of those headlines of so najua where the Kenya government will create a problem, then somehow decide to unajua like give us the solution, and somehow we are supposed to clap for them. So out of nowhere tunabaki tukiambiwa vile nini like wame, what is it called, they rejected the ban of TikTok. And you have to ask yourself like, okay, sawa you've banned TikTok, and what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to clap for you. But the problem is TikTok was not banned before. So how are we supposed to clap for you for creating a problem, then giving us a solution, and then expecting us to clap for you? Now, this is something that they've been doing for a very long time, and Kenyans tumekuwa na hiyo ujinga. So nakumbuka ilikuwa ni nini? Ilikuwa ni hao wanajiita Money Academy, KE. Ilikuwa ni MPs have rejected calls for a total ban on TikTok, saying it would be unconstitutional and harm the economy. Then of course mimi kwa nimeandika ile story, these assholes create a problem then offer a solution. So yes, so this is what happened. But now let's go and listen to the debate, because the debate was very interesting. You'd hear like all sorts of nonsense that they were saying, and one of the things I think Kimani Ichung'wah alikuwa na bonga juu yake ni our values, and I always wonder what these values are. I always hear, oh, our values this, our values that, but I wonder what are these values like, because we are always also trying to protect children, and I'm there wondering who are these children on TikTok, because TikTok ya Kenya nizataka kujua the average age, but I'm 100% sure that the average age of Kenyans on TikTok is over 18, and anyone who's over 18 is an adult. Yes, because you want to treat them like a child, because you're not creating any employment for them, so you want them to be dependent on your handouts, does not make them children. But wacha tusikize Kimani Ichung'wah.
Therefore, let it be clear, we have no intention to ban TikTok, but we have every intention, and we have a moral obligation and national duty that we owe to ourselves, to our children, and even to God, who has bestowed us with the ability to raise children, to protect them, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, so this same God does not ask you to be less corrupt. Like, when we look at Kenyan politicians, all we see is corruption. Why are you not fighting against that? Why is it just about this mysterious TikTok that's against our values? Yeah.
We have that national duty to regulate the content that is on all social media platforms, including TikTok, Honorable Speaker. Because if we don't do that, we will have failed our nation, we will have failed our children, and we will raise up a nation that has no morals, that has no ethics.
So it's a follow ni bamba, like corruption. Corruption, that's the biggest problem we have. Where do morals and ethics come? Like during corruption, we should not worry about morals and ethics. But as soon as it's a few people twerking, which it's not about people twerking, it's actually about politics. This is all because of 2027. Asa nashindwa, how do we fight 2027? What if the results don't go our way? And with TikTok, there can be real-time transmission of results. And they don't want that. That's the reason why.
And if we want to raise a nation that is moving towards a first world nation, if the first world nations are regulating the content on their social media platforms, why not us who are aspiring to get to the first world? We must follow suit, we must regulate, Honorable Speaker. And I want to...
Ijinga first world unibamba sana. The first world nations, the number one thing that they regulate is corruption. So shut the so kulikuwa na hiyo, but apart from hiyo, kulikuwa na umadha moja anaitwa nani? Wamuchomba. So Wamuchomba aliamua kubonga juu kitu fulani, like her reason why we are supposed to regulate ni juu ya watu wanakuwa conned. And kama usikiza Iko Nini long enough, nakumbuka last year nilipatia na story. Was it last year? I think. Last year but one. I think it was last year but one. Yes. In October 2024. I got conned because kulikuwa na a fake website ya kuprocess visas za UK, and there was that kanamba nakumbuka. So I went to the real place, visas, but baadaye I made a call because nilikuwa nafikiria nabonga na ase, nikaambiwa hii pesa hujalipa unafaa kulipa hivi. Nikalipia raya fulani ilikuwa na funny accent, and I was there like shit. In hindsight I was stupid. And after I was conned, did I start thinking it's time to regulate the internet because I was conned? No, I was like, oh shit, I got conned. Let's move on. But scare mother.
Mr. Speaker, do you know how many carpenters have lost jobs because of social media? I have a case of somebody who went into TikTok and ordered a table from a certain carpenter and paid a deposit to that fake carpenter. And the TikTok page was actually branded the real carpenter, but this was a broker, a thief. So this guy was walking in the street and he was accosted by the customer. He was being asked to refund money he has never even received.
Sikia ujinga. So you get conned online. And now you're supposed to regulate. Why? Because one person was conned. All the other businesses that thrive because of TikTok should suffer because of one person. Because a lot of businesses thrive. Like if you are to talk about percentages, I'll say 99.99% ya businesses in a thrive. And 99.99% ya wase wako kwa internet, they get business and they deal with legit people. And then kuna 0.01% that get conned. I've been conned. And the first thing I thought about was not, I was like, shit, I need to do better next time. I need to be more careful. Not we need to ban social media.
How many businesses are coming down because of those fake brokers?
With zero. Show us the businesses that have come down. Before this Wamuchomba character talked about this, had you ever thought about that? Kuna biashara zina go down because watu wanakoniwa online. That's nonsense. Anyone who gets conned online inakuwaga number one, the deal is too good to be true. I remember kulikuwa na a website hapa Kenya, ilikuwa ni Amazon something. They used to advertise. And they'd be there advertising like I remember nikiona siku moja nikicheka. Ilikuwa like a 65-inch TV. Ilikuwa kitambo. Ilikuwa like 45,000 shillings. Amazon Kenya. Like Amazon Kenya. 65,000. Nini 45? You just know it's nonsense. So when the deal is too good, jua ni hivyo. Watu kama Gigi for example inakuwaga do not pay before kitu yenye ifike. Do not pay before. So if you are there paying for a seat before na haujui place inatengenezwa, alafu you are costing people on the streets.
Who used your company, use your company image on TikTok, on Instagram, but you are not the person who is actually marketing that. People have been conned online. Deliveries, people create delivery pages. I order a blouse. Somebody tells me, pay this, you're going to deliver the blouse. You are thinking you're trading with a real outlet, shop, only to realize that you're being conned on social media.
People even conned on the ground. Kuna kuwaga na hii kitu wase, kama juzi kuna boy alikuwa amekoniwa rent, alafu ilikuwa mimi saizi sijui naenda kujiua. Nakumbuka hiyo story. I remember reacting to it and saying hiyo story ya emotional manipulation ni bullshit. And alikuwa conned on the ground. History ya people are just conned online. People are conned on the ground. History ya Kenya na kumkami kuna time nyingine nilikuwa natafuta hao. Nikamit na mother fulani tao, mother mzee. And she was very convincing. Namuuliza hii hao alikuwa ananiambia juu hao nilikuwa na work royal media at time. So the house was somewhere in Hurlingham and the deal was too good to be true. And something just told me I'm being conned, najua, and I walked away. When the deal is too good, you're being conned. But this nonsense that just because 2 people or 3 people got conned, now we need to regulate social media. It's nonsense. The internet, humanity will always have conmen. And the biggest conmen in Kenya, of course, are politicians. They con us, they lie to us, they're going to fight corruption, they're going to bring change. Are we there saying that we should ban politics?
Mr. Speaker, to sustain a sober business community online, social media must be regulated. To protect our families and our marriages, those of us that are married, social media must be regulated.
To protect our marriages. This is on the nonsense. Kumbuka ile time kuna waswali kwa like mother Joe, she's bright Joe. Huyo mother Joe kwa unamjua. She can see. Anaweza ona. Mother ni useless kabisa. Another thing that mother alibonga juu yake ni kuwa insulted. And kama kuna msee mmoja amekuwa insulted mimi kwanza hii mwaka John niliitwa zote, niliitwa Baba Samia, niliitwa Suluhu, niliitwa nani, niliitwa Mwakundu, nimeitwa hizo nonsense zote, and at no point did I be was I like, you know what if they were to regulate social media so that I don't get insulted? That was number one. At no point did I also feel like just because I can be insulted and move on with my day that it somehow made me strong. But who mother still alienda kwa parliament and she was there, her own AWS ati she's very strong. Why? Because she was insulted online. Who has not been insulted online? I think anyone who does anything online has been insulted at some point. And that's the power of any anonymity and the internet, in quotes, not being a real place. Anyone can insult you, and a lot of people who insult you kimit now kwa ground inakuwa vitu ni different. They'll be there because hizo vitu wanafanya online is just to see how thin skinned you are. So mother alikuwa anasema since amekuwa bullied on social media, we are still supposed to regulate social media, but remember she's very strong.
I am a victim of the same social bullying. People have bullied me. They have drawn me with funny dresses which I don't wear. They have called me names. They have branded me names. They have occupied my private space. But I thank God because I'm a strong girl, and I'm sure you know that, Mr. Speaker.
Sikia hii nonsense. Alafu ile fala ilisema inaweza dedisha wase 5,000. Sikia vile iliingia after isikia I'm a strong girl.
I'm sure, Mr. Speaker, you know I am one of those.
Mr. Speaker knows Madam Wamuchomba is a strong girl. There's no question about that.
Very, very strong daughter of the mountain.
Sikia, ile fala ilisema inaweza dedisha watu 5,000 iko hapo. Shows you how this country inakuwaga nonsense. Like the fact that this person just got away with it. This is a public official who said that he would oversee or say 5,000 wayang wakidedishwa, and it continued as normal. Najua, just another normal Monday, Tuesday, then we are there talking about first world. Of course, in the first world you can't say that. You'd resign by yesterday.
But not every woman who is attacked like Wamuchomba will overcome. Not every bishop who is going to be attacked like Wamuchomba will overcome. Not every family man who is attacked like that bishop from my county will overcome. Mr. Speaker, this of social media must come to the end.
Fuyo kutumia kumesisio jina. Tasikia, tumia jina. Najua cause so uni bishop ngani. I think this is that bishop who was alipatiwa pesa na Ruto, so watu walikuwa namsalimia and he can't overcome. If he's supposed to be the conduit between me and God and he cannot overcome cyberbullying, then I think there's a mistake. Najua, maybe the Lord is not working through him. Because you know what? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my strength. The Lord is, though true I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no one, because the Lord is, you know all that.
I have allowed them to me because I'm strong, but I'm not going to allow them to bishops who are doing very good work, like that bishop I'm talking about, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, so kwanza kutumia jina, hiyo jina whatever, I think kama unashindwa ni jina gani, hiyo jina ya kuna jisi inabidi tu isensor because it's just too much. I've allowed them to so kulikuwa na hiyo Iko Nini. Najua mwaka ni mpya lakini injili ni ile ile LemFi. So kama uko US, uko UK, uko Canada ama uko the UAE na unataka kutuma do Kenya, baki umechangamka, ingia LemFi, utabaki umepata the most competitive rates. Lakini apart from that, on your first transaction ya $100 or more utapata $20 sign up reward. So unangoja nini? Baki umechangamka, chap ingia LemFi. LemFi, international payments for everyone. Iko Nini. And so listen to these people, it's very interesting because another one that ended up showing up ilikuwa mother anaitwa Gladys Boss Shollei, and with her she was there saying that we need to ban TikTok because the Chinese might be doing espionage. And this is one of the most interesting things because the Chinese are living in the year most probably 2200 compared to Kenya. If they want any information from us, they can get it. China is one of the countries, the same way Musamaga, kuna countries kama Kenya tumeachwa tukue sovereign. Najua, this is anyone who feels like Kenya is free because we can defend ourselves. It's a child. Otherwise, if you are realistic, you know, the only reason we are free is because countries kama America hazijaamua kutu attack. If Russia was to decide sisi ni Ukraine, we'd not be free. Them, even if hizi maraya ziko try kutengeneza center ya watoi hapa sijui wapi, if they had to attack us, we'd not be free. If China was to decide to attack, we'd not be free. But attacks za saa hizi si lazima zikuwe physical, ati bullet for bullet, zinaweza kuwa pia online. And 99%, okay, not 99, maybe nimesema vibaya, but niko sure over 60% of Kenyans are using Chinese phones. That's number one. Number two, kitu kama Safaricom, for example, hutumiaga router za Huawei. So, unakumbuka US ilifika time mpaka wakasema they won't even use products kama za Huawei on any government building. Yeah. So for you to turn around and claim like all of a sudden TikTok is what the Chinese want to use for espionage, is to show how you know nothing about what you're talking about. But tusikize mother.
We must talk about data localization. We must also be able to block access to certain sensitive information. And also, there is even potential misuse by even, which includes espionage on a country. It can also track the location of your population, including those who have sensitive information.
If you think that China needs TikTok to monitor where Mr. Sugoi is going,
for example, our army, our police, our intelligence service, even the movements of our military.
Damn. Army ya Kenya. And I say this respectfully. Kauko kwa Kenya Army. I'm sorry. Unless Kenya versus China, maybe maximum you fight in the last 5 minutes. Yes? 5 minutes, eh? Hizi tu jets kwa jichocha nayo tunavunja nazo window za Nairobi West. Those ones are nothing, man. Those people are old. They are like 200 years ahead. So China does not even look at Kenya and think of military, because that would be like mimi kuingia kwa ring na Anthony Joshua. Like, I stand no chance. I stand zero chance. So ilikuwa very interesting kuona wakibonga juu ya espionage, and you have to think about this. And what is clear is this is all about the 2027 elections, and as the 2027 elections zinakuwa nearer and nearer, they'll try to come up with ways, because they want to block that real-time transmission of results. So that's one of the reasons why wameanza na Starlink. Wameambia watu kama unatumia Starlink lazima ubaki umeregister, upeleke ID, upeleke kila kitu. And for some of us, Starlink, yes, tunatumia ID yetu, but Starlink iko Ocha, si tuko Nairobi. But sawa, we'll do that. It's the government of the day. We have to do it. But all this goes back to 2027. They want to know hii kitu itakuwa ikihappen wapi. So hata waki shut down internet, to try kutumia Starlink, tukitumia ma VPNs zetu, they'll try and see how to just go around it. Because yes, shida Starlink ni majuzi ndio wa improve speeds, they ended up having to put, I don't know what sort of stations that are on the ground, and with that of course the Kenyan government can mess with that. So yeah, all this is about the 2027 elections. It's not about anything about values, about what. Because one thing that our kids learn from Kenyan politicians is zero values. Ajua, we've had politicians who have cases za kunajisi, cases za wizi, cases za what. So what are you there all of a sudden telling us about values? But yes, so now at least they created the problem where they wanted to ban TikTok. They passed not to ban it, but next of course they are going to pass now ile ya kuiregulate. And yeah, this is all about politics. This is not about twerking. This is not about nudity. and all that. And kitu ni bambaga na Kenya sana ni vile there are actually people who think that just cause hatuna porn sites za Kenya na tuna frown upon OnlyFans, that somehow we have better values than first world countries that have those things. Okay, so just cause maybe Japan has a thriving porn industry and zero corruption when it comes to politicians, and it's a very clean city and everyone does whatever they are supposed to do, and corrupt politicians actually wendaga pali wanajitoa hii duniani juu ya kuleta aibu. Somehow we have better values cause hakuna mtu anatuonyesha sehemu nyeti kama Mario na Ipei, si ndio? We have better values, si ndio, kushinda Japan. Okay, so you learn something every day. Iko Nini.